Okay guys, hello, Drew's Paranormal Vlog here as always. I don't know if you see the colour of my altar, it is pretty bad. Incense gets everywhere, honestly. We gotta light another bit up. I'll chat to you while I'm doing this. Hey guys, I'm going to talk to you a wee bit about shadow work, right? Okay, so what's shadow work? Shadow work is where you're always having to fight your bad self, basically. The part of you that always tells you that you're doing wrong, that nobody likes you, that just to stay in your bed, or it could be like a drug addiction, an alcoholism, even just overeating, it could be loads of things, right? But basically what it means is that the bad part of you that you have to try and always fight and try and reflect away from yourself. So, say you needed a job, right? So you always go for the same type of jobs, like working in a shop, say for example, right? It always ends up the same way. Either you argue with somebody, or somebody puts a bad complaint in against you, or something, right? Could be absolutely anything. So you end up stopping that job, right? Then you go to try and get another job in a shop. What happens? That comes back to bite you, doesn't it? It comes back to bite you. So that's your shadow self, right? That's your shadow self where you've went for a job now, you're trying to move on in life, but this thing is looming in the background. It's going to stop you from getting this job. So what is it? It is the bad situation that happened. So how do you move on for that? What you have to do is you have to recognise your part you played in that situation. Maybe you were too quick to judge that person. Maybe you were too quick to give them some few home truths and they didn't like it, so therefore you got into trouble, had to quit your job or got sacked or whatever, right? Now guys, I'm just using this as an example, okay? This has never happened or anything. So you have to try and clear that energy away for yourself. So what can you do? Well, I've said you admit your part in it. Also, you have to try and resolve the fact that the next time it could happen. So your shadow self is the thing that you need to fight. What I usually do is I try my hardest to think over the situation, admit my part in it, maybe see where I could have changed it, maybe even say sorry, and move on. So that's what it is about. It's about admitting your failures, admitting your part you played in something, clearing the energy around it, and moving on. The moving on bit is the hardest, because for all I'm using an example of working in a shop, there is plenty other things out there that is pretty serious that you have to move on from with shadow work. Drug addiction, for example. You have to try and keep the energy that is around you clean. You have to try and keep the people that is around you focused and healthy. And that is in order to keep your spirit healthy as well. So if there's anybody in your life that's kind of negative or brings back the old feelings where you feel as if you need to jump back into an old style of survival, then the shadow self is that. It is that part of you that always tells you, alright, this is too hard, do this, do that, and it's always the bad thing that it kind of focuses on. So that's why you have to do the shadow work, is to remove that train of thought as well as the trauma that something maybe have happened in the past has affected your future. So that's shadow work. A lot more to it. It goes into a lot more deeper. But I don't want to really start putting examples out there. I just want to keep it basic. And that's basically what it is it admitting the bad part of yourself, dealing with it and moving on and learning from it. Okay? learning from it is the most important. Okay guys, any questions, put them in the comments below. Remember, like, share, subscribe. And I will catch you in the next one. Blessed be.